I wanted to ask, how do you think new advancements in space will change India's approach towards international relations, and how might it shape the global world order?
Well, look, you can already see that happening in different ways. You can see that happening in terms of communication. The whole idea that you can have a sustainable communication system based in out of low orbit space assets today stands proven. It may be expensive, relatively speaking, but it still applies to some parts of the world or works, at least for premium payers in a way. So one part of it is commercial. I think a big part of it is non-commercial. We used to talk of standoff weapons. Today you have people who fly drones thousands of kilometers. But the key is again the ISR, which you need there to locate targets. When we say that we are on the cusp of a big change, I think part of that is really the domain of space. Space has been relatively limited as a player in a competition on the ground. That is clearly about to change.
Any officials about what is India's stance on various developments in countries that surround us. In your opinion, what can private individuals, influential individuals and private institutions in India, what can they focus on given what is happening outside to make sure that India's stance in the global stage is strengthened?
Look, it's not just India. In any country, a country is not just its government. Obviously, in foreign policy, it's primarily the government. But there's so much today which is done by entities outside the government. And there are countries where you have businesses which have become so big that they are almost as influential as the government themselves. Today, in one of my panels, people mentioned some of these mega tech companies as such an example. I would say in India today, what can private individuals or civil society or private sector do? I think they can make a big difference because they do shape opinion, they do add to the thinking, they do help create options. Because when you talk of comprehensive national power, comprehensive national power doesn't mean the assets and the capabilities under the command of the government. In fact, a large part of CNP is outside the control, the literal control of the government. So we need, the stronger the sense of nationhood, the greater the commonality of purpose. And that's why it's very important, I feel, to explain national security and foreign policy within the country.